All right, I think we are live. We are. Hello, 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 everyone. How's everybody doing? I hope everyone's doing great. I hope everyone's doing amazing because I know I am. My name is Shan. I'm a motion designer and I'm learning to draw every day just to prove to people that it is not that hard. Now, honestly, this is gonna be 15 minutes and we're gonna stop. Yeah. And I mean it this time. I mean it, okay? I mean it. Yo, Derpy, yo, Marcus. Zabinga. I was just watching the latest Healthy Gamer stream recording. I love how Dr. K on the streams can do like 5D conversational chess with people. Yeah, I mean, therapists tend to do that. I mean, the therapist I go to, like, she doesn't even make it subtle. She makes it very subtle. You don't even notice it. You know? I mean, Dr. K is like kind of like explains it just like for the content, right? Whatever, sometimes. But therapists on their job, they don't even do that. It's funny how I linked this music with you, so when so when I think of the stream and all of me that's funny. Yeah, this is like basically my music now. How are you doing, guys? Is everything good? I am not staying long on the stream, by the way. I'm just going to do this face and dip out. Look, okay, whipped out the, and how does that make you feel a few times? Wow. Typical therapist behavior. I mean, honestly, that's like, they are wired to show compassion, therapists. And the way they show compassion is just like, it can be very subtle sometimes. And how does that make you feel? I don't remember the therapist I go to asking me that, but she can get, I mean, I don't make it difficult for her to know how I feel, you know. I'm more kind of like you don't need to ask me that because I'm going to the therapist. I'm telling you how I feel. You don't need to ask me that, you know. But yeah, it sounded cliche, but it served its purpose. Yeah, yeah. I mean, he's not gonna, probably not gonna say it just like for funsies. What's the therapist thingy? This is Dr. K. He's on YouTube, Marcus. And like he's a kind of like a therapist with niching down to like gamers and the youth, basically the people who were raised on the internet, Discordians, you know, Redditors. And he's a really good one too. He's a really good therapist. Oh, dude, yesterday I've seen the Chainsaw Man movie. It is absolute peak cinema. It is incredible. I kind of like regret not going to watch it in the movies, like in the theater. But bro, I grabbed, like I told you yesterday about like the big TV. I grabbed the big TV. It was kind of like the experience was good. Like I put like the headphones too, the sound surround headphones, and bro, it was beautiful. It was so beautiful. Hold on, let me read what you guys is talking about. This is survey thingy. New gen therapist. I mean, yeah, you can call him that, I guess. I had therapy a little though. I think maybe my therapist didn't use "how does that make you feel" kind of line. Surround sound headphones. Yeah, they're amazing. And like there's a lot of music in the movie, and the music can be kind of eerie sometimes, and it's just so beautiful. Sometimes they don't really need, you know, I kind of feel like they only ask that question when the person is being difficult about how they feel, you know, or maybe they just want to make them verbalize how they feel, because that can, you know, that has an effect. Okay, she looks deranged in this one. She just looks nice here. I want her to look weird. Nah. Wrinkles and exaggeration. I feel like it's in the eyes. I need to get the eyes right. Maybe this eye is messed up. Some people just might not be used to acknowledging their feelings, so that phrase can try to prompt it in. Yeah, definitely, I agree. I mean, I for one was not used to it at all, you know. Sometimes I have to push myself to sort of like even think about them, which is crazy, isn't it? Like we're not even taught to deal with our feelings, or to not, let alone processing them. I like how in the streams they were talking about feelings just relating to a game the two guests were playing. Is it Ludwig and the other guy? Like some other guy I don't know? Like even in things that are kind of just supposed to be fun and stuff, you can get more deep like that. Yeah. I've seen like 10 minutes. I watched 10 minutes of his encounter with Sneeko. I don't know if you know Sneeko, but he used to be on YouTube and he got banned and then he came back and now he's posting like four videos a day. Dude, why does she look nice and a little bit, you know, freaking special? Yeah, I've seen it recommended on my YouTube. I just didn't watch it. Dr. Gay. Yeah, he's it's just like this Sneeko guy, he says like he doesn't believe in therapy. And they still engage in conversation and they catch up because, you know, they're friends from, you know, way before he got banned. And like as Dr. K acknowledges some stuff that's like not a I guess a non-therapist wouldn't acknowledge. And they're talking. They joined the meet or the Zoom or whatever, and they keep talking a little bit, and then Dr. K acknowledges and he goes like, you know, I'm noticing that we're both very smiling a lot in these past couple of minutes. And it's like he suggests that, right? He mentions that, but I'm sure like it has some kind of like meaning to him. He's just like doesn't say it because, you know, he doesn't need to. It's like maybe they like each other. Maybe it's like very fun to be around. They found each other very fun to be around, you know? And it's like, it's very interesting, you know? It's funny how adults' parents say we can tell them everything even though they never told us how to deal with them and talk about them. That's true. That's true, yeah. It's very easy to go from normal conversation to go deeper and go deeper and deeper. Yeah, I feel like not a lot of people can do that. Not a lot of people like deep conversation, or at least I'm starting to realize. Some people just like to keep it, you know, simple, whatever, straight to the point. And that's okay, you know. I guess there are people who like to go into deeper conversations and people who don't. I love how he addresses the body language and stuff. Yeah, he does that too. Yeah. He's like so tuned in. Isn't that great? To just like be present. You're just present. You're not thinking about the future. You're not thinking about the past. You're not thinking about what the other person is saying. Well, I mean, you need to. But it's just like, you're just like in the present, you know, and that's super cool. And that like being in the present kind of helps you notice all sorts of things. Like he literally pointed out some move Ludwig did with his finger. Yeah. I've seen another, I think Ludwig did another therapy session with him like a few years ago. I think even 5 years ago or something. Maybe not 5, maybe like 4 or 3 years ago. You can look it up. And in one of the instances, Ludwig is talking about like his come up on YouTube and everything, and he talks about like how he reaches out to people, and he writes emails, and you know, he's trying to make it whatever. And while he's talking about it, he's talking about the perspective of the other person reading his email, and he goes like, oh, he speaks normally. He's like speaking normally, explaining and everything. And then when he's about to explain himself, like he goes like, oh, he's looking at a 16-year-old boy, and he changes his cadence to make it more like light, to make it feel more funny, or make light of it or whatever, as if like, you know, maybe suggesting that back then he saw himself as small, or maybe he still does see himself as small, and he pointed it out like straight up. I can see how that can be the case, Marcus. Like, they say you can talk about stuff, but it might not feel like you can. I mean, I've had it. I've definitely had it in my past, in my childhood. Like by pointing out the body language, it's like, well, normally we give each other all sorts of social signals and stuff, but by talking about it, it can be easier to interpret. Yeah, true. I agree with that. I gotta go, bye Derpy. Alright, take care, Marcus. I mean, I wish you could have stayed longer, but do your thing, man. Bye-bye. Not that I have the confidence for that sort of thing myself, but I admire it. Yeah, I don't think you should be yeah, I don't think someone should be like doing it in like regular conversations or something like that, because you would freak people out. You would actually freak people out, and people will not want to talk to you. Just because you're able, they might even feel that you're able to read them, and nobody wants that. Nobody wants to be able to be read, you know? So yeah, maybe keep it in like with close friends or something, but not on the regular. Okay, maybe I know how to exaggerate this. This eye is kind of like stretched. Well, why give out social signals if you don't want to be read? I mean, do you think we do them like with control? I mean, most of the stuff we do is like we uncontrollably do it. I think it can be an opportunity for empathy, which people can appreciate. You don't always have to do it. Yeah, I agree. You don't always have to do it. But like sometimes, I mean, I guess the good like thing to say would be, depends on the context, depends on what you pick up. If you like are talking to someone and you pick up maybe like a body language or a social cue that they're lying, right? Maybe they're lying to you, they're just like boasting about whatever, and you directly straight up just like pointing out, maybe that's not a good idea. Maybe keep it to yourself, you know. But if somebody is doing something out of like something cute, maybe you can definitely point that out. Maybe if something is like stemming out of like a childhood thing, maybe somebody would appreciate that, somebody wouldn't. So it really depends on the context, depends on the person, depends on what you were talking about in the moment. It depends on a lot of variables. So that's just like part of like being smart and reading the room, you know, reading the conversation. And that's what emotional intelligence is at the end of the day. Good God, this eye is this. There are similar signals with messaging too, like why did you use these emojis or this wording or whatever. Yeah. I mean, you can pick up a lot of things from a lot of things, you know, but often it's not important to acknowledge it. Yeah, it can be kind of like exhausting sometimes too, to just like be thinking, oh, I think I figured it out. I think it's the shape of the eye. The roundness. As if it's like, oh, okay, hold on. Holy crap, this is not it. Oh no, is it? Oh snap. Oh, you scared me, I thought. Okay, we're good. Oof. And in the stream, both guests were interested in talking about their feelings and stuff, but that can feel vulnerable too. Yeah, definitely. I mean, some people are just like not ready to talk about their feelings, or maybe they're not taught, or they don't have the, they're not well equipped, and it can be difficult to just like navigate those things. There's this video about non-violent communication, right? And it's like this guy, he comes up with he coined the term non-violent communication. He's talking about like how everything we say, literally everything we say is either, am I the cursor orbiting? Dude, I thought you were talking about like the loading thing. Okay, thank God. Everything we say is either a thank you or a please, right? So if like somebody you do something for a person and they go like thank you, and that's like very clear thank you. But a please can take two forms. It can either be please do this for me, or please like say this, or please I want you to be this kind of like way or whatever, or it can be in the form of oh, you're not helping me in the house. Oh, what are you doing? Oh, you're just like all lazy all the time. Oh, you're doing this and you're doing that, and that's not, flying with me. And it's like doing also, he says that the people who do that is just like it's a suicidal attempt for a please. It's very exaggerated, but it's true kind of, because you're not really saying what you want. You're just like beating around the bush. You're saying that they're not helping you around the house, and just like be clear about your wants and your feelings. These two like go hand in hand, and a lot of people don't know how to do that. And I'm not saying I do know, but like it's something to be, it's interesting to be aware of it. So if a person, and he does a lot of exercises during the workshop or the session or whatever it is called, and it's like one sentence you should like kind of like how do you say this, get used to, is like when somebody does something that you don't maybe not agree with, but sometimes that's bothering you, and you just want to speak about it, and it goes like I forgot the structure, but it's like basically I feel, and then a feeling, and then something, I think it's like I'd like you to, and then vocalize your need, right? Just vocalize your need. And then there are feelings quote unquote, or expressions for feelings that feel like they're that are not very suitable. It's like maybe if you word it as if like you make me feel unimportant, for example. Somebody can easily be like, no I don't, no I don't, I'm just trying to look out for you. You make me feel small, for example. No I don't, so just like have like an independent like one word feeling that's just like not dependent on any person. I feel angry, right, because you didn't take care of the children, for example, right? Or I feel angry because you not because, no, don't explain yourself, but just like I feel angry. Or I feel betrayed. I guess not betrayed. Betrayed is not it, I think. I feel sad, or I feel self-conscious, you know, those kind of like words. Communication can be hard sometimes. Communication is hard sometimes. Yeah, I'm not trying to make you feel small. I'm just trying to help. Literally part of the stream. Yeah. I mean, that kind of language we're very used to. You know, what the hell happened here? Okay, my computer is acting up. And again, just from the context of gaming. Yeah. So that's interesting. I'm not trying to make you feel small. You know, that just feels defensive, kind of. I'm just trying to help. And you know, it's normal for a person to say that when somebody is like going like, you make me feel small. You know, it's not. It's, if you can word it differently. Like making you feel small is very vague, right? It's very vague. Like instead of saying that, like you make me feel small, just point out to an exact instance where they made you feel small. You know, I don't know. Freaking you made fun of my skin in Fortnite. Right? I don't know. Like this is I'm trying to relate it to gaming in front of the boys. Right? You made fun of my skin in Fortnite. It's made me feel unappreciated, right? What I want is that you stop making fun of me, okay? And then there's you make yourself feel. Yeah. I mean, yeah. See, that's violent communication. The concept is just like non-violent communication and violent communication. That is violent communication. That's very violent, right? And about like the sentence that I just like said right now is like, you made fun of my skin in Fortnite. I know this is like a dumb example. It made me feel unappreciated in the group, in front of the group. I want you to stop. That just like, especially the part where you made me feel that made me feel unappreciated, or I felt unappreciated, that we choke on that. We can't say that. Most, at least for me personally, I'm learning to just like vocalize that more, like, because we don't want to feel weak or come out as weak, you know. But once we're like comfortable saying it and comfortable looking weak, even though obviously that doesn't make us any weaker, we're just like that. On the contrary, I think it makes us very strong. Then we're kind of like open to communicate. Why is this face so hard to draw? Maybe it's hard to admit wanting to feel appreciation. Absolutely it is. Oh yeah, 100%. And it's like, yeah, just like maybe it feels like narcissistic. Oh, give me attention, you know. Maybe you're afraid to sound like a baby. Maybe you know, maybe as a kid you didn't get appreciated, or you only got appreciation after certain things, or if you did certain things, so now you feel like you don't really deserve appreciation only when you do these things, right? Because there are some interesting kind of unusual values. What do you mean by values? Wait, hold on. It might be easier in this instance to draw values. Dude, you're talking about values, and I'm thinking like in psychology. But yeah, I agree. I think values are gonna make it like more, you know, believable. Wanting appreciation might put pressure on the other person too. I mean, is that a bad thing? To have pressure put on the... I mean, okay, it might be a bad thing. Might be a bad... Maybe that's not the way we want to think about it, you know? Holy crap, she's doing blackface. But it's just like, it's not about putting pressure on another. That's not what we want, because that's kind of like toxic, you know? What we want is just to acknowledge or to make it known that, yo man, whatever you're doing, it is not working for me. Like, I want it, because obviously what we're asking here shouldn't be something like very stupid as well, right? Hold on, I'm trying to lock in on this. Reverse Michael Jackson. There's the matter that maybe it's simply not realistic to expect a certain kind of appreciation or affection from someone from some particular relationship. Let me read that again. There's the matter that maybe it's simply not realistic to expect a certain kind of appreciation or affection from someone from some particular relationship. Which kind of relationship do you think does not require showing appreciation? Like, what if the person just doesn't appreciate something? Like, that can be the case, I guess, and it can be fine. Well, it's you see, the thing is, it's not about, you know, if you're asking about something, it doesn't necessarily have to be like, you don't necessarily have to get it. You know, you're asking about something, and then you're kind of like, you see if it's okay, if the other person is okay to provide it, if they can provide it, then that's great, you know, that works. If they can't provide it, then maybe we can move on to something else. It's not about demanding them or asking them to just like, do this for me right now, or this doesn't work. It's just about vocalizing it, putting it out there, you know. It's better to put it out there and then realize that they can't do it, rather than just like beating around the bush and, you know, not really getting anywhere, right? Like, what if I want people to appreciate my drawings, but they just aren't that interested? That's okay. That's okay, you know? It's okay. If they don't really, if you want them to appreciate your stuff and they don't appreciate it, maybe you're asking the appreciation out of the wrong person. And that's how you realize you're asking the appreciation out of the wrong person, because you just asked for it. You know, if you didn't ask for it, maybe you wouldn't have known, and maybe you would have shown them your drawings more and more and more, and you would have always kept asking yourself, why do they not like my stuff? And you would never get that answer because you didn't ask. You know what I mean? So definitely always vocalize whatever's not working for you. I mean, this is the reason, this is a big reason why I got kicked out of my job. It's because I vocalized what didn't work for me, right? I vocalized that about something about my salary, right? And I vocalized something about the contract, and they didn't like that, you know? And that's totally fine. I was not trying to just like, if you weren't ready to provide that, that's totally okay, you know? But if I didn't ask for it, maybe I would have stayed working, you know, with them for like more than 2 months, like for 6 months or a year, and like the question about like the salary would still be there lingering, but not really, you know, and you know that would be really bad. It can be a matter of like having the wrong audience or something. Absolutely, yeah. I have a friend I've been sharing my arts with, though I feel like it would be hard to vocalize that sort of thing, because he might not really feel comfortable talking about more feelsy stuff. Yeah, feelsy stuff is like for girls, you know, you're a man, we don't do that here, type of thing, you know. Look, honestly, if you're mature enough to talk about your feelings, do talk about them. You know, show people that you are confident and you are confident in your own skin. Is that how it's said? Right? Confident enough to talk about it. You know, maybe you can inspire people to talk about them too. If they didn't like it, maybe they're not as mature as you, and maybe they even would be prompted to stop talking to you, and that is okay. You know, that is absolutely fine. Dude, like her face is very freaked up right now. I don't know how to fix this. Holy crap. You know, vocalizing your feelings. Wait, let me read this. Maybe it's a man thing. Maybe he just doesn't have experience or something. But like, to compensate, I guess maybe I just gauge interest. Like if he doesn't respond for a while, then I might stop sharing. I'm gonna be real. I wouldn't do that. You know. I mean, I'm not coming off like a high horse. It's just like sometimes I do that, and sometimes I still do that. But like trying to interpret something without really being sure, I don't think that's the best way to go about it. You know, my therapist, she mentioned this thing about like, because sometimes I seek people's validation, and it's like, let's say you are seeking the validation of a specific person, and one day maybe it's like at work, right? And one day in the morning you go like, good morning to them, and they don't respond. Matter of fact, they make like a face, you know, and they just walk by, and they don't respond, and they don't answer you, okay? And you're just like, what the fuck, what did I do to them? And since you care about them too much, you're thinking about it. Now you're in your head, you know, now you're just like, oh, what did I do to them? Do they hate me? And you're having all these ideas. But it turns out they just like had a fight with their wife, like in the morning before they came to work, right? Or I don't know, their son is sick, right? Or anything that's like out of your control. right? And it's like that, like whatever happened is literally out of your control, and you're blaming yourself for it. So just like trying to interpret it, I don't think that's the best way to do it. So even if we don't have more than higher level communication, I feel like we can hopefully navigate any changes while still being chill. Okay. You think if I'm not 100% sure if he is really interested in seeing my drawings, I shouldn't share it? But sometimes he does show some interest. Hold on. You think if I'm not 100% sure if he... Wait. 100% sure if he is really interested in seeing my drawings, I shouldn't share it. No, I'm definitely not saying that. Maybe send it, and just like if you're interested in what they think, just say that, you know. What do you think? Or maybe don't say it in like a serious manner, you know. Make it a joke, like, oh, you haven't responded in like to my message. Are you good? Like, do you not like it? Just like make it playful, make it fun, you know. It's part of like the whole, you know, communication. Destlinger, what's up, man? Hey, been a while, brother. How you doing? Sorry, you came in like a mid conversation. I'm not trying to interpret it like scrutinizing things here and there. That sounds maybe more paranoid or something. Trust me, it's not about paranoia. It's not. Paranoia is just like something like on a very deeper level. But like sometimes, like for example, I care about what a certain person might think of me, and I might start having ideas like, oh, they're acting a certain way, but like, are they good? Like, did I do something like those sorts of ideas. Good. I'm doing great, brother. I'm doing great. I'm recovering, you know, but I'm recovering well, actually. Spoke to a few friends, and yeah, I'm very happy that, you know, I had friends to talk to. So yeah, back to that. If they're not answering, just like try to prompt it. Try to bring up like, what do you think? Right? You don't need to just like keep it vague, you know. There's a lot of times when he doesn't respond. He responds more occasionally, I guess. I've just been sharing it for those moments. I mean, yeah, I mean, you probably know, you know, when he responds, when he doesn't, more than me. So it's, like I said, it's all about the context, you know. But it's just like, maybe keep it in your head that maybe if they're not answering, it doesn't necessarily mean that they don't like it, you know. I'm gonna go see. Y'all seem to be having a serious discussion. I wouldn't want to bother. No, you're not bothering, man. You're not bothering. We're just talking about like instances. We're just talking about how our feelings, you know. But if you're gonna go, you know, I'd love you to just stay around. But if you had to go, then see ya. See ya. I don't mind if he doesn't like it necessarily. I guess the question mark might be more about whether he's interested in me continuing to share. That's exactly it. You know, that's amazing that you just like vocalize that you said that. You see that? Just say that to them, maybe. You know? It's not that difficult. And like I said, it doesn't have to be brought up in like a serious manner. It can just like be brought up in like a playful type of thing. Like, do you know, that's your friend. Like, if he doesn't want to see it, it would be okay with that. I would be okay with that, though. If it's the case, it probably will be addressed so directly, but won't be addressed so directly. Look, their answer doesn't really matter. Look, it's I'll say it again. It's about vocalizing it. It's not about their response. You know, it's about putting it out there that, hey man, I feel like maybe you're not hold on, I feel like you're not interested in my stuff. You know, that's just like try to put out a not interpretation, but like a guess. You know, I send him a lot of my drawings because I don't have like an Instagram or something. Yeah. Yeah, just like, yeah, like I said, bro, just bring it up in a playful manner. I think that's the best way to do it. But really, there's no really best way or good way to do things. Just like do them, you know. Yo, Silver! Long time no see. Damn, okay. What's up? Hold on. Putting a guess out there like that can be good in some cases. Though it feels like maybe we're not at a level of talking about things that directly. Yeah, just like, yeah, I get it, It's very contextual, like I said. So I guess I've been assuming like some interest, and if there's consistent lack of interest, then I'd consider stopping. Yeah, classes have ended. Oh, let's go! No more classes. Good riddance, am I right, gamers? A few other YouTubers are aware of me, especially the artist. Wait, huh? Good riddance were relatable. Bro, I hate school. Wait, what are you talking about? Comment. Especially the artist. Which artist? Chad, if you watch today's Healthy Gamer stream, it might be fun to talk about it. I mean, okay, maybe I'll see, like, I don't know if I'll watch the full thing. Like, how long is it? Is it like an hour? Or an hour or something? An hour and some change? I will name a few since there is a good number of them. An hour 40 minutes? Man, that's long for my attention span. Oh, dude. Now she looks scary. No. But if it's interesting, I'm sure like it's very interesting to see. Like every bit, it's like very different from other pieces of entertainment, you know, every bit kind of like matters. And you sort of kind of like try to play the game and start picking up on things as well. Try to, at least. Okay, I think now she's getting into crazy territory. I don't hate this. Indigo Steel, Nikki 4, Mini, but their channel. Okay, I kind of don't understand. Who are these people? Are they streamers? It's kind of fun to pay attention to people's body language in the stream, because sometimes they do acknowledge it, and I guess I can enjoy seeing how they interpret it differently from me. Yeah, and then it's just learning that can be beneficial in, our day-to-day lives. You know, maybe another person we talk to in our lives does the same kind of like movement, and we go like, aha, I've seen that on the Healthy Gamer stream. Okay, I need, oh, hold on. You didn't ask for the names of the artists? Yeah, these are like what, streamers? You said they're aware of you. So you're just like active in their chats and stuff like that? Yeah, they stream. Nice. And they all have like drawing content, just like the stuff that I do, or do they do some other stuff? Maybe we can join them, you know? On Discord and chats. Nice, nice. Like Ludwig said something and Dr. K was like, did you guys catch that? And Ludwig and I were confused. But Skex? Is that Squeaks? Oh, Squeaks. And Dr. K pointed out something I hadn't thought of, I guess, relating to what Ludwig said. Interesting. Like they pointed out how what he said could have included a negative judgment. Yeah, that's cool. That's cool to see. Also, when I hear the word Ludwig, I think of the character from Poppy Playtime. Really? There's a character in Poppy called Ludwig? That's interesting. I quite admired that kind of attentiveness they can have in conversations, and it's great. It's great to just like welcome it, you know, to have it welcome in the conversation as well. They wouldn't be like, "Oh, what are you doing? You know, don't do that." I'm liking the eye you drew on the right bottom edge of the lower eyelid, looking cool. Oh yeah, thank you. Yeah, this little thing. One edge is light and the other is dark. Yeah, that's kind of like a trick. I think contrasting, when it comes to edges, contrasting dark with white, or the darker value with the lighter value, the shadow and the light, it brings out like a very interesting kind of like pop. Do need to send some content later to cover. Interesting. Yes, the first game spoke about him. Really? That's very cool. Hey, if Ludwig didn't play the game, then I don't know, man. I just meant the YouTuber Ludwig because he was on stream, so I don't watch him otherwise. Yeah. I think he's aware. I used to watch Ludwig. Did I ever watch Ludwig? I mean, they brought him on the Cold Ones podcast. I mean, I can show it. Hopefully, I still have YouTube. I don't have YouTube. Okay, fuck. Alright, I think I'm spending too much here, and I set up. Oh, okay. This is definitely better than it used to. Alright, we've got some depth. We've got some stuff going on. This is good. I'm gonna keep going, and I'm gonna just like meticulously render this. See what I get. Alright. Thank you guys so much for watching. I think the sharpen filter can do that sort of thing where it accentuates edges by creating the edge contrast. Maybe we can try that next time. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you for being here. I really appreciate every single one of you guys. Comment. We would love to have you more on the streams, man. Oh no, Manny. You just joined when on my outro. Let me read that. Sir Argus, Lord of the Enders, Harbinger. of calamity of all those who worship the negation of the absurd, uncomforting of any universally accepted gender limitation and identifications has spawned. And me here, very simply, am going to despawn. All right, take care, Manny. I'm sorry. Well, we could have. Hopefully, we join. We can have like a conversation when I'm not about to end the stream. All right. Take care, guys. All right. Bye bye. Take care. Bye. Bye. Bye bye.